Christina's lying?
I don't know. All I know is the timeline seems a little off to me.
Sonny is crazed over this, and all he cares about is payback. If there's even a chance that Christina's lying, you have to find out. This is Luke's son we're talking about. If Ethan's innocent and you kill him, this will put Sonny and Luke at war. I don't even want to think about what would happen next. And Luke are two of the most stubborn men I've ever met, and they are fiercely protective of their children. If Ethan dies, and it turns out that he didn't do this...
Sonny doesn't even want to hear any of this. He just wants Ethan gone.
Okay. I can understand how he'd want to take Christina at her word. I would want to do the same thing for Michael and Morgan. God forbid, Jocelyn. But we can't forget that Christina has lied before. Do you remember Claudia's car accident?
Mm-hmm.
That little girl's been through a lot in 17 years. She could be confused, Jason.
Yeah, I know. I got Christina talking, actually, about what happened, and everything was going well until I mentioned that Ethan couldn't be in two places at the same time, and that's when she started getting upset, and that's when Sonny came in.
And he freaked out on you.
And he has no objectivity about this. And neither does Sam.
You're going to have to do something before somebody makes a tragic mistake.
Look, Christina,
I'm sure this whole situation is bringing up a lot of bad memories for Sam. Every time she looks at Christina, she probably sees a younger version of herself going through the same thing, and then that puts you in a very bad position.
If it wasn't Ethan and the real attackers out there, that's who everybody wants punished.
Right. And if Ethan pays the price for something he didn't do, that lie will be on Christina's conscience for the rest of her life. Just look at all the damage the lies surrounding Claudia's murder has caused Michael. No matter how hard this is going to be on Sonny and Sam, we have to make sure Christina is taken care of. And that means you need to find out the truth.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah. Look, before we get into whatever's going on, the paternity test came back. Nicholas is the father of Elizabeth's baby.
It must be tough for you to hear.
That's for the best. But listen, I want you to know that it won't affect my relationship with Jake and Cam. Like I said before, I'm still committed to them, and that's not going to change.
I had no doubt about that. I mean, I trust you as Jake's father. And as a cop, which is why I needed to see you. So I talked to Sam about what happened, and I talked to Christina about what happened, and there are some discrepancies in Christina's story. So I think there could be a chance it wasn't Ethan who beat her up, which would mean whoever did is still out there somewhere. When I was talking to Christina, she got upset, naturally, and Sonny and Sam asked me not to question her anymore, and I said I wouldn't.
What was the discrepancy in Christina's story?
At the time Christina says she was beaten, Ethan was still at the Haunted Star. And Christina both told me what happened that night. The story doesn't match up. So here's how it goes. Christina said that Sam dropped her off at the lake house and Ethan showed up right after Sam left, but that's not possible because Sam drove straight to the Haunted Star and Ethan was there.
Sometimes trauma victims blur the passage of time.
No, I get that, but Christina told me that Ethan showed up like 5 minutes after Sam left. Even if Ethan showed up later, an hour later, she would have remembered doing something during that time.
Okay, but here are the facts. Christina and Ethan argued earlier at the Haunted Star. He went over to her house sometime after that, and she ID'd him as her attacker.
And she ID'd him to you, right? You did the ER interview?
Yes.
And how did Christina see him?
She was traumatized, but completely cognizant. I mean, she knew what happened to her.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe she just said Ethan's name, and now she's too afraid to admit that she made a mistake.
If you want me to sidestep the official investigation and look into this myself, I'll need more to go on. Do you have any other reason to believe Christina would lie?
This stays off the record. Between you and me, agreed?
Agreed.
It wasn't Alexis who ran Claudia off the road last summer. It was Christina.
against Ethan. He violated it by going to see her at her house. And when Sam called it in, I went to arrest Ethan, and I found him ready to skip town.
Lucky, do you think Ethan did this?
I don't want to, but I'm biased. I mean, Ethan's my half-brother, and it's true, I don't know him very well, but still, I don't want to believe that he's capable of beating any woman up, let alone a 17-year-old. So, maybe he did go over to Christina's house in hopes of convincing her to tell the truth. Maybe the bruise on her arm really was just from the Haunted Star, like he said. I mean, if I was innocent, I might panic like that, track her down, try to convince her to tell the truth.
And if I was guilty and I was Ethan, I'd have been gone that day because Sonny would have wanted me dead.
Exactly. So the question is, why would Christina lie?
I don't know. That's what we have to find out.
All right, I'm going to look into this further, because if Ethan's innocent, I want to clear his name, and I want to find the piece of garbage that did assault Christina.
Let me know what you find out.
I will.
You're right about Christina.
What does that mean?
Well, I went to talk to her at the lake house.
Okay, I'm not sure that was a good idea.
She's
Carl.
miserable, Jason. She knows she identified the wrong guy as her attacker. And there she sits. There she sits, miserable, knowing that she's lied, and everyone around her is going on and on about how Ethan's going to pay, how he's going to go to jail, and she has to be wondering how the hell she's going to get out from underneath this mess. And let's face it, all the adults in her life, they're overbearing, especially Alexis, and hell, you should have seen her when she walked in.
Whoa, Alexis was there?
Yeah, I'm sitting there talking to Christina. She was just about to open up to me, and of course, Alexis walks in. She gets all protective, which I don't blame her. Christina runs out of the room crying. Alexis goes ballistic, telling me to stop badgering her.
I'm not sure. What did you want to accomplish?
Sonny is on trial for murder. If he gets convicted, it will destroy Michael's life, and Sonny can't focus on his trial while he's teetering on the brink of a nervous breakdown because he thinks Luke's son beat up Christina. We all lose if Christina's lying. And based on the conversation I just had with her, I think she is.